Alright, here we have a gold top, an Epiphone gold top. Off the bat, the action's not too great compared to the other one. There's no real point me playing it, it's not comfortable to play. Just for the sake of showing you. I'm not going to tune it because, again, I'm going to have to take everything apart, but the action height currently is 2.25 on the low E and 1.25 on the high E. Way too high for what it needs to be. This one's going to be in standard. But definitely got potential. Has a very thick neck on it, so the neck profile is chunky, like a 50s. Frets aren't too bad actually in terms of scratchiness, but before we do anything, what we're going to do, it's a nice jack too, nice and tight. So we're just going to tinker with the truss rod and the string height, just to see what we can get away with on 10s before we switch over to 11s. So just a slight little setup, and we'll see what kind of difference that makes. So what we're going to look at first is the truss rod. You can use measuring gauges for this, which I've got over there, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to determine that's way too high. But we do have nut height, which is good. Nut height is almost there. So first thing we'll do is we'll undo the screws for the truss rod. Yeah, I do. Alright, try this one. There we go. So we want to tighten the neck, so we're going to push it this way. Truss rod is barely activated, which is fine. Give it about that much, see what that does. Suss it out. Oh, we're close. Probably just a little tiny bit more. About that, I reckon. Alright, now by doing that, check the action once more. So when we are checking the action, you can do it on the bench, but gravity does have a factor to play, so I always like to check it most of the time, playing position. That's brought us down to 2, and that's brought us down to just on 1. So now we're going to adjust the bridge. Key point when adjusting a tunematic style bridge is to have the right screwdriver. So you don't want to damage these studs. So we're going to actually lower this quite a bit. I'm going to have it probably there. I'll just suss it out. A little bit more higher than that. Want to probably 1.25. Now on this side we can go down definitely. Probably about maybe that. 0.5, a little bit more higher than that. Gravity is having a factor on what I'm doing, so I'm just sort of eyeballing it at the moment. And none of the strings are touching the back of the bridge, which is good. Alright, we'll just quickly check the truss rod. Still got a little bit of relief, which is good. We'll give her a quick tune up and then we'll have a quick play. And she should feel much better. Now we're going to have a quick play. How can I rotate it better? Rattle there, that's okay. So now we're just looking for any dead notes up and down the neck, especially past the 12th fret. Sorry, I know I've got a lot of reverb on. I like my reverb. We'll go high gain. Ooh, interesting. Come back to that in a second. So now what we want to do is we want to just do a couple of bends and riffs just to see the actual smoothness of the frets. For all you Australians who watch my thing, Melbourne Football Club, Brad, we won! Alright, so I'm guessing that these are linear. We're going to quickly run it through the valve amp and see what it does. I want to see the motion of that roll down. Because if you heard before it was a bit statically, we'll also straighten up this. This is a bit crooked. Take the plastics off the cover and oil her up. We might need to do a polish from here on out. Alright, so now we're running through the valve amp. Just want to listen. So we're currently going neck pickup. Have a listen. That's a linear plot. Alright, so turn this down, press that button. Happy with that. So on my digital amp, it kind of goes a bit dirty when you start rolling it down, but on my valve amp, it's completely fine. So yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with that. So I think next step will be just to polish up some of these frets, because I can see some wear here where they're sort of, I don't know, I'll bring the camera in closer, hopefully you can hear it through the mic, but if you have a listen. Hear that? Doesn't need much, that's okay. Alright, cool. Let's get it apart, do a polish, and put new strings on it. And of course, lubricate this fretboard. Indian Laurel. Ugh. So, I'll be back when it's done.
Bam bam, mon ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant dans mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois, un sparadrap, une gueule de bois, a bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc, comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi, ça plane pour moi, ça plane pour moi, moi, ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, la nana, qu'elle s'envoyer sur le paillasson, limé, ruiné, vidé, comblé.
So now you can hear the clarity of the new strings, the thicker strings. The general setup is a lot better. I'll turn it down. I normally adjust the amp with my phone now, so. This neck is so thick. So now this is running from my valve amp. You can actually hear what it sounds like. So digital amps aren't very honest. They sort of like use various means to make everything sound similar. I can't get beyond his neck, it's way too thick for me. You can also hear that it's staying in tune, which is fantastic. That's a combination of awesome Epiphone quality bridge, awesome nut. It's the same nuts that Gibson use, and awesome tuners.
You are the king of the divan, qu'elle me dit en passant. The king of the divan, ça plane pour